Hello everyone, now I'm going to talk about problem 1 for homework 5. I'm going to use two methods to calculate the value of Fz. First, I use the convolution method. We can know that Fz is the integral of from minus infinity to infinity. Fx, Fy, c minus alpha d alpha, and it is something like this. And to compute this one, I want to draw some picture to help me introduce it. For fx, it is from 1 to 2. And for fy, it is from 0 to 1. So this part, it is considered as z minus 1. Actually, it is linked to here. So we just assume that this part moves from here to here, then here. Something like this. Okay, for this part, when c is less than 1, fz is 0. For this part, this is the area we want to know. So this time, c minus 1 is from 1. The z is from 1 to 2. The fz is the integral from 1 to z, dz, which is z minus 1. Then it moves to this part. Now we want to know this part. So z minus 1 is less than 2, and 2 is less than z. So actually 2 plus z 3. We use this signal to include the number of 2 in our range. Fz is from 2 to z minus 1 dz, which is 3 minus z. And when z is greater than or equal to 3, fz is 0. Why? Because in this part, it just moves out of this area. So finally, we know that the answer is something like this. Then we want to use geometric method to calculate. We first consider fx is ux minus ux minus 1, and fy uy minus uy minus 1. Then we will shift the result to the right side by 1. According to the definition, fz is the probability of px plus y less than or equal to z. We draw it. This is x, this is y, this is y. First, when z is from 0 to 1, this part is what we want to know. Fz is z squared over 2. This is the derivative of that function. It is z. When z is from 1 to 2, this time it is something like this. Now this is z and this is z. What we want to know is this part, and we have to use this minus this part and this part. 2 times z minus 1 squared over 2 and this. And fz is the derivative of that function, 2 minus z. When z is larger than 2, z is 1 and it is 0. So this and this fz is z 2 minus z 0. Otherwise, from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2. However, we have to remember that we use this in the beginning, and we have to shift all the function to right for one unit. This function is something like this. And then now we have to get something like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, this is 1. And that is, the answer is the same as the one we have introduced before. It's in -1 and 3 minus 3, 0 otherwise. This is from 1 to 2, and this is from 2 to 3. Just ignore the difference of this signal because we all know that F1 and F3, the values are both 0. That's all for this problem. Thank you for your listening.